Hello everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are at Thunderbird in Warminster. I'm doing a video on sport shots. It's an unknown pattern, so we're going to see how to get lined up today on an unknown sport shot. So hopefully everybody likes this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. So I'm going to show you how I get lined up on an unknown sport shot today. So figure out the length, the break point, everything like that. So we're going to see here that that person bowling in the back is my father-in-law. So we're going to see how we do today, all right?
I said you didn't get that shot, did you?
Oh, yeah, no, it's on there. So the hardest part today is going to be first thing we got to do is figure out the length. So. Nice shot. Okay, typically, normally what I do with sport shots is I try to keep my angles pretty much in front of me. So I'm going to stand about 19, get the break point about 6, keep the angles tight, and see how long the pattern is. All right, that was pretty good. I felt I was a little off balance. I got to get that balance under control. But break point, it looked like from that shot, looked like it was about 41 feet. All right, so figuring out the length by that first ball, it's looking like it's 39, maybe 40, 41 feet. I'm guessing around 41 feet. So we're going to go off 41 feet. Next shot, I'm going to try to see how much room I have for error. See how much plays on the outside. I'm starting off with my pitch black urethane ball. But I'm keeping the angles tight so we can see, try to figure out the break point. I don't know. All right, so we're going to move off of that other one. I'm going to still stay about 20. Move the eyes about 3, so we're going to hit about 7 or 8. All right, so exactly where I wanted to put it, around 7 or 8. Very little room for error. So I got to keep all the angles in front of me. Looks like it's pretty tight. Not a lot of room for error on the outside. So the break point in that looks like about a 40-foot pattern. So that last shot I did was pretty good. Like I said, about 40 feet. Figured I hit about 7 or 8 at the arrows. And that last ball hit pretty well. Like I said, I'm using my urethane pitch black. I might try a different ball just to see if I can get a little more reaction on the back end. But I'll throw another one with the urethane, see what happens. All right, we're gonna do the same thing. Stand about 20, just about 20. Hit about 7 or 8 at the arrows. That one I got way wide. He's noticed there's no room for error with that ball. Got that one out way too far. Got that at about 6. So I'm thinking I might have to go with a little bit stronger ball. I'm going to try a different ball next shot. But there was no room for error on the outside. It's mid lane, trying to figure out the mid lane read. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to try another ball next shot. I'm going to go to reactive. See if I get a little more play on the back end. That shot sailed way right. I missed quite a bit. I was trying to hit 7 or 8. I hit about 5. So it wasn't very good. So like I said, next shot I'm going to hit. I'm going to try reactive on the next shot. See what happens. When you're trying to figure out sport shots, it's good to go through different balls to try to get different types of reaction on the back end to try to see what's happening out there. We figured out the length. We figured out that there's absolutely no play from 5 out, so we got to stay inside around 7 or 8. But I'm going to try reactive around the same area, see what happens. So I'm going to throw my let's see here. So with this one, I'm going to try my physics, see what happens. Try and get a different reaction. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the Earth, with my pitch black. Round stand 1920, break point around 7 or 8. See what this ball does, see how it reads. Keeping the angles tight. Now see that ball grabbed. As soon as the seam friction, it took off. So it tells me that ball's reacting a little bit better. So we might go with, we're going to definitely use that ball in another shot, but I got to move. So I got to move my feet on the next shot with that ball. Yeah. Yep. That's what I was saying with that last shot I did with my pitch black. I missed about 3 boards and it just sailed. Yeah, it's not recovering.
My spare shot.
That's why I switched to a reactive to see what happens. Yeah. So when you're bowling on sport shots like this, and you got to try to figure out the length and everything like that. And let's say there's some tournaments that do this, that do not give you any information on it. You got to figure it out. And when you're scoring, trying to make money, you got to think on the fly. You got to every time you release the ball, you got to process information, the length of the pattern, how the ball's reading the mid lane, how the ball's reacting when it hits the friction. You got to all that goes into consideration every shot, especially when you're shooting for score. And tournaments, PDA events, doesn't matter. When you're jumping pairs, it gets even more difficult. So you got to remember, you got to process all this information every time you're bowling. So we're going to throw the reactive again, see what happens. Okay, so off of that last move, I'm going to jump about 2 boards to the left, so I'm going about 20. Keep my eyes around the same, around 7 or 8, because I have this ball had a little bit of back end on it. Trying to hit about 7 or 8. Still didn't move enough. So now I gotta adjust off of that shot too. So I hit it a little harder at the bottom to get a little more movement, a little more hand at the bottom. Maybe I'd take some hand out of it. See what happens. That's why these unknown sports shots are so hard. You don't know what's going on. So we've definitely figured out the length, 40 feet. See, Bob's playing it a little more straight, but I throw a lot more ball than he does, so I got to play completely different than him. A lot of times, sometimes when you're going with other people on sports shots, watch what they're doing, watch their ball reaction. Kind of get a read off of them. That's why sports shots are so hard. You don't have room. You have very little room for error, especially in tournaments when you're trying to score or a PBA event. It's all different. It's a completely different animal. Going from a house shot to a sports shot, can't compare the two. It's apples to oranges. But everybody should be doing sports shots to improve your game. I keep stressing that. Don't just stay with house shots. If you're happy with house shots, that's fine, if that's what you want to do. But if you want to take your game to the next level, always try to find sports shots. I love sports shots. I try to ball on them every chance I get. All right, so we're going to go off for the last move. We're going to stay about 20. I'm going to take some hand to keep the break point around the same. We're going to hit about 7 or 8. I'm going to take some hand out of the bottom of the ball. Missed inside. I missed inside about 3 boards, and you see what happens when you miss. It just took off on me. When you miss inside on sports shots, usually that's what happens. It just takes off on you. But if you miss to the outside, like I did on the first couple shots, I hit about 5. It's like a sheet of ice out there. It just slides, and the ball won't recover. So that's how much room for error you have. Very little. And sometimes more surface isn't good with these type of patterns. It's all about accuracy, so you got to try to hit your mark every time. If you're a little off, you're not going to score. And you got to remember too, spare shooting on sports shots is a lot harder too. If you hook your spares, it's very hard to do. So I do that on a league, I do that on house shots. I can hook a spare, but when it comes to sports shots, you can't do that. You got to throw right at them because you don't have any room for error for the ball to grab and the friction or come back to hit your spare. So we're gonna keep the feet the same, about 20. I'm moving my eyes about 3 to the right. So we're going to hit about 6. All right, pretty good shot. So I put a little more hand in it. I hit it a little harder at the bottom to get it to come around the back end. It read the mid lane pretty well. I gave it a little more at the bottom of the swing, get a little more hook out of it when it hit the back end. I'm not swinging it very far. Like I said, I'm still keeping my angles kind of tight. Like I said, I'm standing 20. I hit that break point about 6 or 7. And see what happens when you miss? Crossover. So you have no room for error on sports shots.
Strikes we got reset.
Oh. All right, see if we can repeat that shot. Same thing. 20. Break point about 6 or 7. Ooh, beautiful shot. Got run up, but beautiful shot. Can't complain about that. Can't complain about that. See if I can make this spare. All right. That was a good ball. Yeah. I just got run up on it.
Yeah. I'm playing cross alley.
What's that?
I'm playing cross alley.
Yeah, and that's what I've been mentioning while you're bowling them. Discussing what you're doing too.
Yeah, I switched.
Yeah.
I switched my.
And what happened though is on your jersey, when you went on Brooklyn on that one,
Yeah.
I just explained that you missed your mark a little bit, but that's the price you pay on a sport shot.
Well, yeah, I'm practicing.
You know, on a sport shot you miss, it's going to cross. Now see what happened. He missed to the right. He missed to the right. He missed to the right. See what happens. That ball will not recover. Even if you miss 2 boards or 2 boards to the right or 2 boards to the left, it's either going to slide like that and not recover, or you're going to go Brooklyn. So what I'm doing is like I said, I went to reactive. I'm hitting it a little harder at the bottom, get a little more hook on the bottom, hook at the back end when it hits the friction. I'm swinging it out a little bit, not too much, but I'm still keeping it kind of a tight angle. Oh. So the last shot was really good, so we're going to try to repeat. See what happens. Same thing. We're going to go 20, break point about 6. Good shot. Thank you. I knew as soon as I let go. What's that?
We'll play a different line. We'll try to get it inside. Maybe around 10, 12 board.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to explain that. You know, I throw a little more.
Everybody's doing that.
Okay. Hey, Dicko, wave to my camera.
Whenever it's striking.
That was John Dicko.
Yeah, I don't really like to play from outside, go straight in. I'm just not comfortable with that shot.
Yeah, because the problem is,
shot, I normally get that back in, but I'm not getting that back in.
Yeah, you got to
on my newer ball.
You got to keep the angles kind of tight though. But the problem is if you're going on that kind of an angle, if you miss a little bit, inside, it's going to go Brooklyn on you. Because there's nothing there to hold it.
Right, I won't hit that thing.
Exactly, and if you miss right, it's just gonna keep moving. All right,
I gotta get a strike first. Well, that wasn't a strike.
Well, there's a perfect example of when you miss right, the ball won't recover on these shots. It's not like a house shot where if you miss 3 or 4 boards to the right, or even 5 boards to the right, the ball's going to recover. That's what house shots are meant for. Friction to the outside, and if you miss inside, it holds. That's why if you miss inside too much, it holds, and you still get a strike because of the oil content. So I'm guessing this is probably a 3 to 1 ratio. So, which means it's a flat pattern, 2 to 2, 2 board to 2 board, for 40 feet. It's what I'm gathering off of the way I've been throwing it. Because if I miss a little right, it's sliding. I miss a little inside, it's hooking. There's no hold in the middle. See, missed right again. Ball didn't recover, but he got lucky with the mixer. He still missed right about 2 boards.
I know what I'm doing somewhat.
All right, here we go. Is everything hopefully exactly the same? Let's see. Beautiful shot. I wish we had a strike track so I could see where my line is, but that worked pretty good. I hit maybe 1 board to the outside, but it still recovered because I'm hitting it harder at the bottom. Getting a little more hook at the bottom, get a little more lift on it. So to me, this pattern's a little bit longer. For urethane's not good, so reactive seems to be working. So. Good shot. Now the lanes are going to start breaking down, of course, but not fast because it's just me Bob bowling on them, so they're not going to break down extremely fast. But you're going to start seeing a little bit of more movement, so I'm going to start having to adjust. Not much. I haven't adjusted yet, but I know it's coming. Good shot. Oh, I thought it was. Never mind. Hooked at snapped at the very end. 213, all right. Not bad for a mystery pattern. 213.
It's pretty about normal for a mystery shot. Just like a regular house ball we're bowling that.
So, not bad for a mystery pattern. It was pretty good. Shot 213. Trying to figure it out. So, you can see how hard sports shots are. So, that's what I did to get lined up on it. I explained everything with different balls, different reactions, different hand positions, like I've showed in the video before. So, you can, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching. And I'd like to thank the rest of my sponsors, Storm Bowling, Bowlify, MMC Premier Pro Shop, El Diablo Bowling Wipes. Thank you again. And remember, anytime you're out on the lanes, just keep bowling up a storm. Thank you.
Are you going to send it to me? Or do I have to look at it? Your bowl is going between 10 and 15. And you are getting that little break at the back.